What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting here, and we got a nice video for you guys today. This one's highly requested, and it might be a little bit longer. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm shooting from the hip as I usually do, and it's going to be about scripting, and specifically scripting a new SP out of thin air. But that's going to be one of the goals that we're going to get through two in this video. Another thing on this video is going to be what I do with my notebooks, show you how that's done, and like the different types of notebooks I've used over time. Show you how things have, we've done this in the live before, how things have transpired over time, and these things I've written down, how almost every single thing that I write down happens, and some of them, it's not that they're never going to happen, it's just that they haven't happened yet, because we're never failing at manifesting. We just haven't been patient enough. Sorry, it's late at night. I'm trying to keep my train of thought. I need to put some actual lights in here. I'm using this little thing right here, a little semi-improvised lamp, but we're going to break it down into that. So this is actually this notebook actually has topics for videos, which you can't see because it's all whitewashed out. Now let me break down the notebooks, and it's going to be a little shameless plug here. So as you know, there's a Mystic merch shop set up. This was the first one. It is a spiral notebook, and inside is, can we see it? They're like blank pieces of paper. What if I do this? That's as low as it goes. Change the color. Change it to here. Turn this away. Over there. No, you can't see. All right, well, whatever. It's dots. It is graph paper, or not even graph paper. There's just a bunch of dots and like blank pages. Not my ideal scripting notebook, right? We're not going to write stories on this. Not saying you can't, because I've written letters to SPN here, and a lot of times, like when I do the letter writing technique, I will tear it out of the notebook, because we almost kind of give it like a sacred meaning. Because everything means nothing unless you give it a meaning. So that's why I wanted to create one that looks special with the Mystic Manifesting logo. We're Mystic Manifesting family. We're all in this together, all of our collective energy. It's a meaning I chose to put behind it, and I say it makes it more powerful. That's my own assumption on it. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this. And when I do the letters, it'll be like here. I don't want to read too personal stuff. I get really personal with you guys, but I'm not going to read the personal letter. And I mean, even if I showed it to you, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to see it because of this light. But, so I'll write down SP's name, and then like my nickname for her, and like a deep, heartfelt letter, like it's like I'm talking to her. And in this, I was going over like, I forgive the bad stuff that you've done. I forgive the bad stuff I've done. I forgive the situation. And I would play this in my head again and again. And I actually got inspired action the other day to send it to her, and she started replying but never replied. But it was like, it was inspired action, and I still believe that is leading into something later. But as of now, it was just something that made me feel good. And then at the end, I signed it like her nickname for me, and then my actual name, and then go from there, right? Another thing I'll do is revision. So today, SP woke up and realized how horrible and harsh she's been being, right? It starts out there, but it goes on. It's like the whole page long. It's a letter, and I revise, and it's like a revision. And it's funny because I would overload. This is balls to the wall with scripting. I would do like revisions of a day through here, and I learned that from a friend of mine who actually was doing it as a therapeutic message when he almost lost his marriage. He was scripting like revision of every single day, like all the positive stuff he did, he would throw in there. And then he would do this, and it's kind of like when I talk about the gratitude exercise, where we're grateful for stuff that we know we have, but then throw in things we don't have, because it's tricking the subconscious into thinking it already happened. So by doing that, he's reliving his day, and it's just an easier way to track it down, which I think the other notebook, which I'll get into, will be better for doing something like that, or writing letters. But it's kind of too nice for the letters. This is just kind of like, it's nice, but it's easy to tear these pages out. Like I've got the one page in here right now. I'm putting down all the video topics and like the stuff for the podcast. Quick, easy, tear it out. This one, I don't know if they're the same price. I think they're both like 20 bucks, but I would just use this, like this one, I just use it to tear out stuff, and it's like I got notes all over the desk here because it's like notes on videos I'm gonna make, notes for collabs, stuff I want to tell people, like account information, little to-do things on the computer. So this one I like. I do personally like this. I didn't like it at first because I'm like, oh, what the fuck are the dots? But I wound up, it grew on me, and I was like, that's why I didn't really plug it before, but now I'm kind of liking it. So one of the things I do with this type of notebook as well is I will create a chart. If you could see, you're not gonna be able to see really, but I put SP currently, and then I make a T chart. So it's like a T right there. What is my SP currently doing? In the 3D, we're going to go deep and hurt ourselves and write it down. So it's like ignoring me, mad at me, verge of leaving, not having enough sex, lost, doesn't support me. Like these are actual things that went down. But I'm going to show you in a second why that stuff changes. But then I put ideal SP in quotes or parentheses, 4D, constant communication, loves me, makes excuses to spend time with me, very turned on by me, knows who she is, like has her life figured out. And it's kind of like, and it's also like making her life better too. Like it's like the ideal version of her because somehow I've brought in a broken version of her because I've let negative assumptions rule my world. So it's helping both of us in the end. That's the way I look at it. Then I make another T chart. This is another thing I've done. And you go back, I don't even really look at them, I'll make it, and then I'll go back maybe a month or two later and realize, man, all this shit did happen. But it's just like writing it down, it's like a therapeutic outlet. I don't do this a bunch of times. I've done it once back in here or twice back in there, and I'll do it here, and then it's like you'll see like all the things change. So it's like me currently, and actually I can start crossing stuff off now because I wrote this a couple weeks ago. Me currently, low self-concept. Now I've built that up. High self-concept and very confident. That's how I'm feeling now. That's how I believe I'm presenting myself. I've only had one person who was a family member tell me that I look very unconfident on this channel, which I don't think I do. And you guys have told me a lot different, that I seem very confident, and you've seen how much I've grown in a year. And a lot of you who I've coached or worked with personally, or you regularly showed up in the lives, I've seen how much you guys have grown and changed. So, what do you call it? We all change so much in a year. That's another exercise I'm going to go into, maybe another video. But look back on where you were a year ago and see how much you've changed. So anyway, but I'm actually going to go through this whole thing right now with you guys. It'll take a couple seconds. There's only 7 things left on it. But it's real quick. What is it? Bummy. Well, I don't feel like I'm looking bummy. I don't think I am. And it's like more appearance conscious, which, yes, I've picked out some new clothes. I've been washing my clothes, cleaning the house a little bit more because when I went through my events, like you guys have been watching the channel, it's like, you know, I was all the way up here, things were going good, but I had some fears and insecurities and a little bit of a low self-confidence creeping in, and my world got crashed down on top of me. So I had to go back and redo myself. I had to take a break from the channel. I had to take a break from the gym, my family, my friends, and I spent a lot of time alone figuring out what the fuck happened, where were my thoughts, why are my thoughts like that, and how the fuck do we fix it? And what did I figure out? The only thing to change is change yourself. Change yourself and your self-concept. Go back to the basics. What did I learn back in the day with the original book, which I think there may have, no, this is the original one because it starts out with an SP that I had a chance with, but gave it up because she came in too late. I had found the SP that you guys know from the channel, Lily. So, and then I put down, where was I looking? A couple weeks ago, I felt very out of shape. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my physique, which is a mini manifestation that I wrote down. Was like, everybody compliments my physique. I went to a carnival a couple weeks ago. People were complimenting me. I've got my diet in check now. And it's like strict training and diet, which it is. Every day, I'm dieting and training. And when I've been doing my little road trips, I'm not eating to excess or just eating to eat. If I'm not hungry or want to stop when I ain't eating. I'll smoke a cigar instead and kill whatever appetite. Or if someone's going to eat, I'll just have a cigar. I put down no friends, which I felt I didn't have any friends. I cut off all my friends and family, like, because I was so focused on SP. And she would tell me, focus and pay attention. This is another little note. 3D speaks to you. 3D will tell you. SP will tell you stuff. The world will tell you stuff. The world is always speaking to you, whether it's signs. Remember, signs are just things that you interpret as it, but your natural intuition will start guiding you towards stuff. But I cut a lot of people off just to be with SP, and she warned me against it. But that's wrong now because I reconnected with a friend who lives 3 hours away. I'm planning another trip to see him again, so it's like frequently seeing him. Manifestation success story from him too. I'll tell that in another video. More time for friends and adventures, which I've been going on a ton of adventures. One of my best friends from high school, we've been spending a lot of time together. Me and my brother have been reconnecting a little bit, because all this stuff really fractured our relationship too. So it's like, I need to fix myself before I fix other things. So, okay, this whole list is actually almost done. Anxious and depressed. I'm not depressed anymore, because depression is a state. And I will say there's moments of anxiousness, but I've cool, calm, and collected, and magnetic. I feel very magnetic. I feel cool, calm, and collected. So I've already switched that. It's taken 2 to 3 weeks. And it's like, I'll address this stuff before I even get into manifesting what I want. Stuck in a 9 to 5. That's still there. Then I put making at least $30,000 a month, which is like double, triple what I make. So it's like, cool, but doing my own thing. Can't do anything without SP. Well, goes on solo adventures and ones with friends. Been going on a lot with friends, and I've been focusing on myself and just hitting the gym and doing all that. No direct goals. Knows exactly what he wants. And that one's also crossed off, because I know exactly what I want. I want to be the mystic, the muscular mystic, which is another little TikTok derivative of the same thing. It's pretty much all the same content, but it's more workout stuff and geared towards that. And like me on the motorcycle, and just some little things where I'm sharing stuff from other people that I like too. But it's like, I know exactly, or for the most part, where I'm going and what I want, which is something I didn't know before. And I'm more excited about my personal goals and who I'm becoming versus having SP. It's like, having SP, having everything in the world plus your SP shows up, that's something to worry about later. Like, you'll get SP later because we're working on everything else. Now, I also put down in this book, you could do, I kind of prefer it on here versus the line paper. The line paper, I really feel like that's better for revision stuff and scripting regularly. This one, I wrote down mini manifestations. So random money is given to me. I mean, I was winning at slots, so I guess that's random money. Beautiful women pursuing me. I've been going, actually, you know what? Actually today, one of them was like, a girl that I know was like very upset that I wasn't speaking to her, and she wants to go on dates. Another girl that I had a crush on when I was a kid has been talking with me. And actually someone who you guys may know, but in the brief intermission, if you've been from the channel for a while, me and SP had a quick 3-week break, and it was a girl I was seeing in a weird series of circumstances. I'll tell through another video. She's come back into my life. But I put she's simping for me. She's not, but she is in communication with me, so I can't cross that one off. But beautiful woman pursuing me, yes, we can cross that off. And this is, remember, I just wrote this stuff like 2-3 weeks ago. I'm constantly calm, happy communication with SP. Still in no contact. And you can see how crazy things flip from you see me and her in a perfect situation to boom, where we are now. And where is it? It's like mental thoughts sitting there, spilling over, and then boom, eventually you wind up here. But when you switch it to positive and you really embody that state of the wish fulfilled, on a dime, flip it over. It could happen in a day, an hour, a couple minutes, like, it doesn't matter. So always be expecting too, that's another thing. See a car from the 1920s to 40s. Why did I put that? Just something you don't expect. And the one I pictured too was a green pickup truck with like white on it and stuff like that. It's hard to explain, but I could see it. And I'd see things close to it. It's like bird before land. And I'm like, I don't think I'd actually see that one because it's kind of rare. Me and my friend went on a road trip, got mixed up, wound up going to another location, and on that location through a different route going the opposite way of where we were headed, I saw it in the middle of buttfuck nowhere town, sitting there with a bunch of dilapidated cars with only one in order. It's crazy. Go 6 to 2 at my day job. That hasn't happened. Sell more merch. Thank you to those who've been buying merch, such as the books and t-shirts and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys. You know who you are. Always get respect. I do feel like I'm getting a lot more respect than I did before. It's from friends, family, and people online. People are looking up to me, so I appreciate all that. And it's like I feel like I've moved into that state. Money given to me. Oh, in a way, I manifested some money because on this one of the last trip we went on, we're supposed to pay $200 for $250 or something for a hotel room. The guy makes the reservation last minute. He never booked us, so it was a free hotel. Then to go to, it was like parked overnight. It's probably going to be like $100 to park a car overnight in a parking garage. The ticket came out, said $0 free charge. I'll take it. That's about $300, $400. So I guess that's a way of getting money. Oh, and then I got $150 off my rent too. So, huge online following. I'd consider it huge, but it can always be bigger. But it's not like you wouldn't consider me famous. But to me, it's big. So I appreciate everything I get. Then I put things I want to manifest. These are like little, same things. Just write it up here and then other things. So it's like bigger goals that seem a little bit loftier than many manifestations. The ones I have a little bit of attachment to, like making this amount of money a month. Supportive, emotional version, an emotionally available version of SP. A mansion. A trip to Hawaii with my mom. Trip to Wisconsin Dells with my SP by the end of summer, which we still have. Well, I'd say into September. I'd call it into September, but I'd say by then. Multiple beach days with SP. I only had one this summer, but if no more rise, whatever. I said, oh wait, multiple beach days with SP. I didn't put a date, so it could be next summer, just like the Valentine's Day thing. Booming coaching business. I've actually been picking up a few more clients, so thank you to those of you who've been becoming clients. Successful podcast for my comedy channel. Haven't started it yet, but Dream Physique. I've actually been feel like I'm making a lot of progress in the gym, and I'm feeling good with that. Dodge Challenger, my dream car. My best friend has it, and he's actually looking to sell it to me for cheaper than it's worth because I'm his friend. So nice. Convertible blue Mustang. I don't know anyone with that, but that hasn't popped up yet. Those are bigger things with a little bit of attachment. Things I'm doing for me. So what am I doing for me every day? Gym every day. Let's cross that off. Tanning every day. Pretty much almost when the sun's out and I have time. Yeah, I'm tanning every day. I'd call it that. Buying new suits and shoes. Haven't done that yet. But I did go to the store. I just didn't like what I saw, and it was too expensive for what it was. Designing and ordering new clothes from my merch shop. Yes, I did. I did design, and you guys will be able to see all that. I don't put it on the store until I've worn it and I thought it looks nice. Learned to ride a motorcycle, get it registered and cleaned up and everything. Yes, did that. Clean my car, yes, but actually that one I should leave open because it needs to be done again. Clean condo, I did that one, but yeah, I need to do that. Decorate the condo, still need to do that. Buy a new TV, doing that this week. Maintain hair and manscape, yeah, but at this point, as you see, I still need to get done again. Organize social medias, pretty much eat healthy. Yeah, I've been eating healthy. So let's just break it down. I'm spending too much time on this, I think, because it's going on a 17-minute video. Things I'm doing to prepare for SP to come back. So I prepared my place of living where I want SP to be hanging out. It's like I'm buying a new TV, so we have a TV to watch. I'm buying a new bed, a new couch, so it's like more relaxing places, doing an outdoor patio thing. I'm organizing all her clothes that she left here. Instead of like someone went through like a traumatic thing in a relationship, people just throw all their stuff away. I'm organizing all her stuff as if she's coming back. She's left all her hygiene products. I put them in a little basket over there for her as if she's still here. Relax and trust that she'll buy something. So this is pretty much you're preparing for them to come back, which I've done this one before when I lived at my parents' house, and she said she would never go visit me at my parents' house because of our age difference and stuff like that. And she did wind up going there after I cleaned the basement and I brought it up to her, and then she's like, oh, fine, I'll do it. And then she came there, and everything I visualized her saying about the place looking good, she did, and everything where I pictured she'd break my balls, she did. So my personal goals, and then it's like grow a fitness channel, which is what I'm working with, Muscular Fitness or Muscular Mystic. 1,000 subscribers on Mystic. We're like probably by the time this video drops, only a couple away, or we've already made it there. Get a six-pack and the body of my dreams, which we're getting very close to it. Learn Spanish. I need to pick up that again. Learn to ride a motorcycle, cross that one off. Go to the beach a lot. Didn't get to do that much. Take a trip with SP and her granddaughter to the zoo. Didn't need to do that one yet. Build a recognizable brand. I feel like Mystic's kind of becoming recognizable. Get a mansion. Travel all the places I want to travel to. Those are my personal goals, because sometimes we forget. We don't have our personal goals anymore. And then I put down my favorite affirmations. I am one with God. God is with me. I desire SP, so SP desires me. I am worthy. I always get what I want. My world takes care of me. I am love, so I receive love. I am money, I receive money. Simple things. Real quick. Then, if you want to script a new SP, still, I feel like this book would be better for it. But this one just has a nicer vibe to it too, and like you can do it in either one, because I've done it in both. Like this old school notebook that I used, I did all the same techniques. It's regular lined paper, it's regular notebook, and I would revise certain events. I would put where my self-concept is now, what makes me unique, what makes SP unique to me, why do I want SP, my affirmations, many manifestations, this thing to practice, and which all the same stuff I did here. Those of you who want to manifest a new SP, let's go over that real quick. And then these are actually more video ideas, so I'm going to tear that out as well. Put that over here. And I already showed you guys, so this is the last part of this I'll show you, which is manifesting a new SP out of thin air. All right, we're at the part. New SP out of thin air, right? We want to be specific, but not too specific. Look, it's not that long. So I write down on the top, new SP. Let's describe what their body looks like. Not to be vain, but we have to know what the person that we're manifesting looks like. Even if the face is blurry, we could get a vibe and a feel for the face and the body and everything like that. So I put down 5 feet, and I'm very specific with this too, and the 2 times I've done it before, it was exact. So 5'4", with a sexy booty, hourglass figure, double D boobs, and she's either Italian or Latina, which would include dark hair. And then I put with a blonde streak. I wanted to be very specific and see, because I've actually been noticing that Bird Before Land, I've been noticing a lot of girls with that now, but my SP had that and I always thought it was unique. She loves working out. Very loyal and supportive. So now we have a character trait to her. So she's a very loyal person. She's very supportive. Those are character traits, and we've got the body traits. Loves working out, character trait. Genuine pop culture nerd, another character trait. Has a great background. So now I'm imagining a little bit of her family. Where did she grow up? Like, and I just kind of like, I write these things down too, and then if I want to delve into them later, be like, oh yeah, she has a great background. And like, what does the great background mean to me? Like her family style, the way she grew up, like stuff like that. Whatever you feel like the great background is, you'll know what it is. And like I said, the other 2 times I've done this, I only wrote it, left it, forgot it, said it and forgot it. Your subconscious is always listening, always paying attention. That's why we don't joke with it. That's why we don't fuck around. Our subconscious is always listening. So it already knows the desires. So when you're writing them, just really think and feel while you're writing it. What does the great background mean? She's spiritually minded. What does spiritually minded mean? Does she also believe in manifesting? Does she believe that she's manifesting me right now? What are her religious beliefs? What does she think of when she sees me with this stuff? Is she supportive? Now you might have to run into a conversation with, like, and it's for ladies too, if you picture a guy, but like, I'm just talking from a male perspective, like, oh, she's really into what I'm into. Like if I said something about Neville Goddard, maybe now I'm in a scene where it's like this very beautiful woman who I just described her attributes tells me, and how she's like speaking to me about, oh, I know Neville Goddard. Yeah, my favorite book is The Power, fuck, I can't even name any of his books right now. Some teacher I am, right? But so she's like, oh, one of them, like, just picture something like that. Respects me. What is it like to have a person respect you in a relationship? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Have an intention and a knowing of what it is before you write it down, or as you're writing it down. Always honest. What are they honest about? Are they honest about that they're just seeing you? Are they honest that there's someone else on the side? Are they honest that they're just open to friends with benefits? What are they honest about? Or do they just say everything? Really horny. I'm a horny guy. So I would like a girl who's equally as horny and always excited to see me and wanting to do something. She wants to travel. I got more into traveling because of SP. So if I was to manifest a new SP, it's something I genuinely loved and picked up. What places do I want to go? That's why when I wrote down on my page about myself, where do I want to travel to? I wrote down my travel list, not just going wherever SP wants to go. You are the creator of your reality. You are your top priority. So you sit down and you decide where you want to go and where you want to travel to, and this SP just gets to come around with you. Makes content with me. So maybe she sits here and talks manifestation, how she felt while being manifested. Where did she come from? What's her background? Maybe she likes comedy too, which I would hope she would, because that was part of pop culture. She has a similar sense of nerdiness and pop culture stuff and comedy as me, and would want to make the same type of content. And all that stuff is insinuated here. And after that, I write it and I just leave it. So that's how I have manifested SPs out of thin air. Now, all that stuff was accomplished here on this graph paper, little dot. I mean, dots are so small you can't even see them when the light's doing this. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. It looks like a blank piece of paper, but there's like little dots everywhere. and like in like a grid pattern. But I didn't like this book at first. Came to grow on me. It was also the first notebook I've ever designed. It was one of the first pieces of merch I made for the channel. So personal heart from me. And this is the new one, which I'm very excited about, which, I mean, it's glossy, hardcover, and you got the nice, if you look, the wolf looks a little bit better there. It's darker. I like it. It's got this little page saver, so it's almost like, and it looks like a journal. I like that. So this is good for journaling, or it's like each day. I don't even know how, I should probably know all this if I'm selling it, right? But it looks like maybe 70 to 100 pages or something like that. So you write down every day, like revise your day. Write down like this would be perfect for a revision, and that's what I'm actually planning to do with this. Revise my days, and really or sit down thinking about my days and focusing on them, and reflecting the way that they should have been and how I felt about them, and then just doing all that, and then or writing down writing letters to SP. That would be really nice with this. Then it's got this little band you could save your page that you're on, so each day you know what to do. So those are my options, my little shameless plugs I had to put in, but I like this one for that. You can do the same thing in here, or you can go to the dollar store and pick this up for $1 versus paying like, I think they're like 20 bucks each. We'll pick up 20 of these for 20 bucks. And same thing, I would write her letters, I'd tear them out, and like a lot of stuff's been torn out of here and burned and stuff, because I like the burning one. I learned that from Ava, manifested that back when she still was on YouTube. She's long gone now, so hopefully that good message that she taught, I will carry on and to keep teaching that method, because I found it to be a very good method for scripting and just making yourself feel better. But that is how I script. That is the premise of scripting. That's how I've written down things, because scripting is not just writing something. It's also like putting it on paper is easier to see. It's easier to understand. And it's like you could visualize your thoughts now. They're clear. You could clear your thoughts up by seeing them right there. So boom, we were able to make the charts. We know the pros and cons of SP. We know the pros and cons of ourselves. So we know ourselves inside and out, and then we know what we need to be working on. We have our mini manifestations. We have our affirmations. And then when you look back, if you guys remember, like I did on a live stream, within a 1-year time frame, SP went from completely the bullshit version to all the way the new version. And I had not opened it in about a year, and I was like, wow, it automatically took care of itself. Not saying I didn't do other techniques, not saying other things didn't happen, but overall, she conformed to all those different things, and a lot of them were against her own personality that I knew. That's how I know that the people change when it comes to the law, and they will always conform to what you want. Now, as crazy as it sounds, I mean, always just use the law lovingly. Don't use it to control people or manipulate them, because we all know when we get our SP back, they are going to be taken care of and loved, because that's why we're doing all this out of love. Shouldn't be doing it out of ego. I've done it out of ego before, but the ego was just like, I guess, a male way of justifying like my like wanting her back without sounding like a simp. So I'm doing this out of ego. There's genuine love there. I do love this woman. So despite every time I've had a problem with her, so many times I would try to argue it, talk about it, do stuff in the 3D, and it's never worked. But every time I've gone to the books and wrote in the books and gone to my mind and visualized and done the sleep exercise and done all that stuff, she's always conformed. Now this became more of an SP thing, but you could use this for money too. Cut out the part about SP and have all your limiting beliefs on money and how you want to believe money is. And then all the stuff you want now, and write your goals. It's not just for SP, but the main topic was, can you teach me how to manifest the SP out of thin air? That's how you do it, the SP out of thin air. And then in the beginning half of the video was how you revise an SP, and then other stuff, but all of it breaks down. The majority of all this is self-concept. How is your self-concept when it comes to money, love, and the world, and everyone outside the world? So with that, I love you guys very much. I hope this helped. If you have other questions, drop them in the comments. If you have video suggestions, drop them in the comments. But I love you very much. You've got this. You can't fuck this up. Everything's working in your favor. I'll see you around.